everyone and welcome to Rad Chat. My name's Jo McNamara and I'm joined by fellow host Norman Joel Canderson.
Hi everyone.
So we're here in UKIO 2025, sat in our pod box with a very resistant guest. That's how I'm gonna introduce
We do
you.
have a consent for that. Yeah.
She can freely get up and move.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I'm gone.
No, sit down. Yeah, you can leave it should you wish at any time. But yeah, blink twice and we'll get you out. But yeah, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Louise Turtle and I am a therapeutic radiographer and I work at the Clatterbridge Cancer Centre in Liverpool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you do there? At
So research and development is my role. So I kind of have like a very small team of a clinical trials dosimetrist and a clinical trials rad who I look after, and then I'm responsible for the kind of research and development projects in the department. And kind of I do a lot of my work is around technology really. That's what my main interest is. So like image guidance, Sabre, motion management. I'm really interested in HPV and prostate, sustainability as well. So yeah,
Amazing.
quite a wide range of things.
Did you always want to get into research?
No, not really. I think I'd worked on the treatment sets for 17, 18 years and I did a year in planning.
Did you service?
Yeah, I loved it in planning, but I remember at the end of my time being on the treatment, I was really wanting to get more involved in like making improvements, but you just don't have the time, do you? And I got some opportunities. I think we were bringing in VMAT for rectum and gynae, and then I got some protected time to work on the image guidance protocols for that, so that I really kind of enjoyed that. And then I went off and had a baby, and you come back after mat leave and you're a bit like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And this role came up, so I didn't actually apply for it the first time, but then somebody said to me, oh, would you be interested? And I think that's what I need, someone to kind of push me a little
Force you
bit.
to do a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So I went for it and I got it 8 years ago. And I love it. It's great. It's really good. And I've got a good working relationship with the main team and the main department, and we're really trying to get the rads involved in little service development projects, and the kind of treatment delivery team, they're managing all their own projects as well. I'm not responsible for everything. I just have certain areas that I cover, but I'm there to support people if they want some support, and then I support a few of the MSc students too. So yeah.
How influential is your role in evolving the practice within the radiotherapy department? Because I would imagine that, there's an opportunity where someone says, right, let's get the latest bit of kit, or let's get the latest bit of software. At what point does the research have to come before that kind of investment in those products or services?
Yeah, I guess one example would be the compression belt. So quite a few years ago, we got a compression belt. We know that abdominal compression works. It's there in the literature, but there's not a huge amount about the belt.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really comparing the belt or the paddle. It always boils down to resource and what each department wants. So we decided to study that like an internal trial. So we did a proper IRSAT application, because we were going to give an extra CT scan for the patient. So basically we wanted to test it, and then we compared our results to the published literature. So we kind of did that in that kind of way. So I think that was really important, because you can't just start using something, not like the old days maybe, but it was really interesting because we learned so much from doing it that way. And then now it's our standard practice for any abdominal Sabre patient and for our radical pancreas patients, and lots of other departments have reached out to us and we've been able to offer them support. So yeah, I think it's important for certain things to study them. Everyone wouldn't need to study it like that now, but people can reach out and we can share what we've done. So yeah, and then since then we've kind of looked at treating those cohort of patients with exhale breath hold as well. So it's kind of like moved on. So we've got options for our patients because it isn't one size fits all, is it? Yeah. So that's one example of, I suppose, how somebody in a role like R&D could help with how things develop in the department. But also things like when Pivotal Boost came, so that massive prostate trial, and Dr. Syndicus is from our hospital, so she was the CI. We didn't used to do cone beam for prostate in our department.
Right.
Like, we were fiducial department, so we literally had to develop a whole like imaging process and training pack, but we had to do it from scratch and reach out to other departments. So the main department wouldn't have had the resource to do that. So again, the research and trials team were able to help with that. And then it's just evolved since then. And now we don't really use fiducials anymore, except for maybe patients that have had brachy or dual prosthetic hips and things like that. So yeah.
Amazing.
Loads to get involved in.
Yeah,
Quite nice.
yeah.
I suppose it's nice to bridge that technical with service development, audit, and that still counts as research.
Yeah.
I think many people don't consider it as research, but that is a way in, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of departments don't have the research infrastructure that some bigger centres do, but it doesn't mean you can't do small amounts of research. Like, I would say an audit is a type of research because you're still asking a question and you're comparing something against a standard, and we do quite a lot of audits looking at ways of improving our techniques and looking at equipment that we have, and are we using it to its full potential? Is it as good as how we used to do it, or is it better? So yeah, I think it's important.
And in terms of your career, what's next?
Well, like, I just I don't set my goals too far ahead. I just like to focus on the now as much as I can. But this year I've been asked to be the VP for the clinical oncology stream at UKIO, so that's been really exciting.
Congratulations!
So I've been on the working party for maybe since 2019, I think. So it's been really nice to have been part of it, because that was the first year, I think, sorry if I'm wrong, it was UKIO, and maybe it was a couple of years after they joined up the imaging and oncology. So it's been really nice to kind of watch how it's grown, and I think each year it's had more attendance from the oncology group, and we're trying to make the sessions appealing to all members of the MDT. So we've had some really good speakers today. It's been really good. We had 2 MR focused ones, one about biomarkers in cancer, and the other was about the role of MR in radiotherapy. So I think that's really relevant for us all, isn't it? And then we had a speaker from Canada, Melissa O'Neill, who was talking about the use of the diagnostic CT for planning palliative patients. That talk was excellent. It was so interesting, and it just kind of it makes you realise that we have all this amazing technology, but we don't necessarily need to use all the fancy stuff on every patient. It's about kind of using the appropriate type of imaging for the appropriate treatment. So it was really interesting, and it seemed to be a really good turnout. So that's been good. And we've got some great stuff coming up tomorrow. I think we've got our lower GI session in the morning, and that I'm really looking forward to that, because we've got a radiologist and an oncologist talking together, because we need the radiologist to support our oncologist when we're contouring. So that I'm really excited about that. And then we've got another oncologist speaking after, and then in the afternoon we've got one of my favourite things, motion management in the abdomen, and some of my lovely radiographer colleagues are coming to speak, so can't wait for that. So we've got Amanda, Marina and Mairead. And then Wednesday we've got prostate sabre, which we all know is such a hot topic in radiotherapy, so we've got the experts from the Marsden coming, and then we finish off with a sustainability in radiotherapy session, which we did for the first time last year, because it's so important and it fits in with the theme of the conference. But as we heard from the plenary this morning, we really all need to be thinking about this. So we kind of wanted to have it as a rolling session each year. and we've got 4 speakers. We've managed to cram in 4, so I'm hoping that people enjoy it, and I think quite a nice way to end the conference as well. So yeah,
and it's good for people to go to sessions like that and leave going, I need to do this, and this, almost like a to-do list.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice to. I think one of the speakers is a medical oncologist, and then one's a dietitian, and then there's a physicist, and then a clinical oncologist. So it's nice, like, mix. So they're all like related to oncology, but not all radiotherapy necessarily. So yeah.
Give our listeners one tip for coming to UKIO for the next few years.
It's in Liverpool. I mean, you know, like, we love Liverpool. This is like our city. This is my city, even though I'm Irish.
What? I love the fact that it's up north, and because Numman's like, oh, I've got a long train journey. The amount of times I go to London for Radchat, and I'm like, you deserve to come up north.
I do like Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a great city, and like, it's a really good conference centre. But I think there's something for everyone, and it's less daunting than going to Estro, which maybe for like younger staff might be. It's quite intense, isn't it? Estro, it's great,
it's exhausting.
but it's exhausting. But also, it's maybe not. It's not affordable for everyone because, you know, departments are under a lot of kind of money restraints now. So, you know, UKIO might be more affordable, and they have great options like the free day on Wednesday for, I think, AHPs and physicists. And then they have, like, there's lots of different sessions. You don't just need to come and go to all the oncology ones. You can go to various different things.
I love the little breakout rooms, you know, like the wellness area.
Yeah.
You can go to the radiotherapy hub.
Yeah.
It's nice that there are areas that you can just drift off to and see something totally different, or hear from someone that's not even part of your profession or your community.
Exactly. And it's nice just to meet up with colleagues from other centres. And just go around and have a look at the exhibition. And like you say, the radiotherapy hub, we want people to go. Please go to the radiotherapy hub. We've got loads of nice exhibitors there showing off their equipment.
Some freebies as well.
Yeah, some pens, got a lip salve, you know.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Radchat.
Oh, thank
Considering you were very hesitant, you've been the perfect guest, so thank you.
Thank you.